8340437. My name is Mensah.
I am Emefa Apawu.
Hey, Charlie. My network is really killing me. I have to pay my uncle's workers mobile money, but the charges alone, it's about 380 cedis. Charges alone just to send money? That's $10 of cement already, my guy. Listen, bro, you can save money on charges if you move to Vodafone Cash now. Vodafone Cash? But my network is... Hey, sending money on that your network, you pay. Sending money on your network to other networks, you pay. But guess what? Sending money on Vodafone Cash is free. Sending money on Vodafone Cash to all other networks is also absolutely free. No charges at all on Vodafone Cash. So tell me, what are you still doing on that your network? Masa, look sharp, then move to Vodafone Cash. Hey, make a change the SIM right now. Yes, sending money on Vodafone Cash to all other networks is now absolutely free. Send unlimited amounts of money as many times as you like for free. Just dial *110# now to send money.
The future is exciting. Ready?
Hey, I say, mix the cement in correct proportional.
Hey, contractor.
Hey, Baganye, what's your soul?
Yeah, Malande. Sorry, I say. When you attend the year of return, Ankasa. Hey, contractor. A danya wasting ye. Hey, what would you me feel it too much?
Who project here? Me friend a gas them from top to down. If you are a gas them.
Hey, yes, solid pa.
Hey, you see gas them, man. If for supi no what do? On your quality no question. Extra gas them cement biara. I will cook a crab be. Over 5,000 plus communities. And a gas them. I donations. SCC schools, I built the clinic. Now, when the packaging now, what's Shadara and environmentally friendly?
Never compromise on quality. Choose the value GASM offers you always. GASM, the nation builder.
The exhibition of the voters register for the 2020 election is here.
The Electoral Commission of Ghana will display the provisional voters register at all polling stations designated as exhibition centers where voters registered recently from 18th to 25th September 2020, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Do not assume that your name is in the register. Go personally to your polling station with your voter's ID card as evidence to 1. Verify your details of registration to make sure that your name, photograph and other particulars are in the register. 2. Make claims for omitted data such as name, age or sex to be included in the register. 3. Amend details such as incorrect name, sex, age and unclear photographs in the register and on your voter ID card. 4. Know your polling station ahead of the elections. And 5. Object to the inclusion of names of unqualified persons on stated grounds. The EC has introduced a mobile telephony tracking SMS platform to enable registered voters access their registration details using their mobile phones. Very simple. Text your voter ID to 1422 on all networks to verify your details on the voters register. To ensure a safe and secure exhibition of voters register exercise, the Electoral Commission will direct all registrants to observe compulsory protection protocols like wearing of face masks, temperature checks, social distancing and hand sanitizing instituted by government as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic at all exhibition centers. Exhibition of the Provisional Voters Register is from 18th to 25th September 2020, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day, including Saturday and Sunday. Remember, the only way to guarantee that your name is in the voters register is to take part in the exhibition exercise. 2020 Exhibition of the Voters Register exercise. Your safety, our concern.
Participate in the exhibition of the voters register.
And you are still live on Newsnight. It's on Joy 99.7 FM. We have a new WhatsApp line tonight, and so please take note. It's 055 1111 997. Easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
055 1111 997. The only thing missing is a dot.
Yeah.
Between the 99 and the 7.
You can add it.
Yeah, just add it to it.
You can also leave your comments live on our Facebook page. But tonight, government has announced an extension of the free water package as part of the COVID-19 protocols for another 3 months. A statement signed by the Sanitation Minister, Cecilia Abnadapa, says the extension takes effect from October 1 to the end of December 2020 to ensure that Ghanaians continue to wash their hands with soap and the running water as part of the COVID-19 safety protocols.
Well, Stanley Mate is the head of communications for the Ghana Water Company. Joins us on the telephone line. Thank you very much for your time. Has this been officially communicated to you, Alfred?
Yes, Evans. Yes, we have been informed, and we actually informed prior to the issuance of the release today.
I mean, do you have the means, the capacity, the resources to provide this for the next 3 months, and essentially to the end of the year?
At least we've been doing it for the past 6 months, and production of water and supply water to the people has been our job from time immemorial. So it's our job, and we'll continue to do it. It's easier for us, Evans, because we supply the water to Ghanaians, and then we submit our bill to government for payment. So it's even easier for us. Instead of chasing customers to pay our bills, government just pays in bulk once, and that's it.
Has government been up to date with the payment of the free water?
Yes, Evans. What happens is that government, we submit real bills to government. Government will do its due diligence and auditing and everything, and then government will pay. So, for instance, after the consumption in April, we submitted real bills to government in May. Government did its due diligence and auditing and everything, and then paid somewhere getting to ending of May. And then we submitted that of May, and then it's been paid in June. We submitted that of June, it's been paid. And currently, as I speak, we are even paying compensation for June, the compensation to the vendors in June. We are currently paying that. So everything for me is up to date because they need to do their due diligence before paying. So what customers must understand and appreciate is that government has not just instructed Ghana Water to just supply water to the people, but then government is taking up the bills of our customers and paying. And that we are submitting real bills for government to pay. And that, I think, we all must appreciate.
You said that the government is paying compensation to vendors. If we can explain, what does that mean?
When we issued out the release, we said that it isn't everybody that has pipelines in their homes. But then it's for domestic consumption, and we want all Ghanaians to enjoy the free water. So what we are saying is that those vendors who sell water, the water that Ghana Water Company has treated and supplying to the people, those who sell that water in that state, not value added, but in that state to consumers, must also give it out for free. Now, this is how they earn their living. They add a bit on the tariff that we bill them with, and then they make some profit. So we ask them to give out the water for free. Then it means they lose out their profit. So what we are saying is that give it out for free. We'll put you on a different category. Okay, then our system can generate your profit for you. Your profit margin is the compensation that we are talking about, that we give to vendors. So at the end of every month, whatever profit that they get, government pays that. You understand? And like I'm saying, we paid that of April, we paid that of May, and currently we are paying that of June. And we'll continue to pay the rest till the program ends.
I'm curious, on average, how much is this costing in a month?
Averagely is around 60 million cedis, averagely. When we started, almost every month we get a higher consumption. Putting everything together, we should have an average of about 60 million Ghana cedis a month.
Okay, so the government is on average every month giving you 60 million cedis every month.
Exactly.
Well, when you submit you said the government does its due diligence and auditing. When you submit 60 million, for example, do they come back and pay 60 million, or they will come back and probably say, well, we don't owe you 60, we owe you 50?
So we are also a government agency. So we can't just give out any figures to government to pay. So we are doing what is right. We can't cheat government. And I don't see why government should also cheat us. So we give real bills to government, and they pay as it is. If they do their auditing, they'll come out with the same figures. And that is what has been happening since the beginning. You understand? But at least that is the nature of our job as technocrats. That's the nature of our job as public servants. You understand? We need to do due diligence. We need to do the auditing and everything before payment is done. In every government agency, that is how it is. So we appreciate that. Even for us as a company, when the regions submit their bills, from head office, we also do our auditing before we submit to the ministry. Okay? So if the ministry is also doing auditing before payment, that is the nature of the job. That is the procedure. That is a standard operating procedures for all government agencies. And we must follow that.
So the last bill paid to you is that of June, correct?
Yes, currently.
Is it that you haven't submitted
and I've
that
been
of
informed
the subsequent month?
that I think that of July will be received anytime soon.
So you're saying that the last bill that you have sent to government is that of June, or the subsequent ones have not been submitted?
No, we have sent that of July and August.
And that is yet to be paid?
But we have received a payment of June. And I've heard that July is almost ready. So we could pick it up any moment from now.
In all this, freebies is about 9 months of free water to consumers. Is it affecting your operations in any way?
Affecting our operations? If there's delay in the payment, it will affect us. But so far, I think, so far so good. We haven't had serious challenges. So far so good. If there's any challenge, we'll inform the general public if they need to know.
You're sure you would inform us if government delays?
If you ask me, Emefa, I'll tell you.
So there's no challenge so far in the operation, you say?
So far, we are managing everything. Okay, the challenges that we face now may not be with payment, but we'll be with our operation.
Because ideally, if customers were paying, you will pay monthly. But in this case, we're taking it for free. But the last bill that has been given to you is that of June, and you say July is still in the process, and we are in September.
I don't know what to say. But the thing is, how different is it from from the Ghana Water Company Limited collecting from customers directly? Because you have customers who also delay in payment. But, the good news about the whole thing is that when government is paying, they pay in bulk. You understand? Okay. And we don't have to go through stress to collect our payment. That is good for us.
Okay. Mr. Salimate, we'll leave it here for now. That's the head of communications for the Ghana Water Company Limited. You're still listening to Newsnight here on Joy 99.7 FM. Evan, let's move on to some other stories now. This was big yesterday.
And if you've been enjoying the water, please send us your thoughts. How much have you been spending in the past and how much have you saved? I'm curious to know. 055 111 1997. Now, government has promised to resolve the concerns raised by the striking nurses in the next 4 weeks.
Now, that's according to the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, as they call off their 3-day nationwide strike after a compulsory arbitration with the National Labour Commission and government. Of course, they have mentioned that even though they've called it off, they will start work tomorrow.
Well, the NLC yesterday secured a substitute service, compelling the leadership of the striking nurses to negotiate with the employers. They withdrew their services over a breakdown in conditions of the service negotiations, leaving many patients stranded across the country. Tonight we're hearing of patients dying as a result of the strike already. The national president of the association, Perpetual Oforiam Pofo, after the meeting with the NLC, addressed the media and said they are to brief the commission on progress as far as the negotiations is concerned, ending of the month.
Yes, for now we are satisfied, and having engaged the National Labour Commission, that's GRMA and its allies, and with our employers, following all those discussions, the decision is to call off our strike, and based on that, we urge all our members to go to work. And within the next 4 weeks, the employer has promised to engage us and conclude the negotiations on all outstanding issues, including the allowances, such that on the 28th of October 2020, the Labour Commission will refer us to come back here and then report same to the Commission. So that is the outcome of today's meeting in the Labour Commission.
And you are satisfied with that?
Yeah.
But that was the initial agreement we had. You were given 4 weeks for you to resolve the problem before you announced that another 4 weeks was given. That I understand.
The 4 weeks was not the agreement, as it were. Right. We had allowances to negotiate, and we had administrative issues to deal with. In our estimation, whatever agreements we agreed on during the negotiations for the 4 weeks had to do with the administrative issues and not the allowances. But from today's engagement, we are going to consider all the administrative issues and the allowances within the next 4 weeks and report same to the Commission on the 28th of
So from when are you meeting this?
We are hoping that the employer will give us a letter soon for the next session of the negotiation committee so that we can continue with the negotiations.
Well, we can now bring in the Executive Secretary of the NLC, Ms. Ofosu Asamoah, who joins us on the telephone line. Also joining me is the General Secretary of the Nurses and Midwives Association, David Tinkran-Chube. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Let me start with you, Ms. Ofosu Asamoah. So you called this meeting today. Happy with the outcome?
Oh, yes, very happy. Very happy. At least we got the results we wanted.
Okay, and the results you wanted was exactly what?
Yeah, we had two things. We went to the court first for a restraining order to compel them to call off the strike, and today they have called off the strike. We went for a second one to compel them to appear before the commission, which they did today. So they came today, appear before the commission, and then they called off the strike, and they have agreed to go to the table and negotiate with their employers. And I think that we couldn't have expected more. It's the best of the results we expected and we got it.
Okay, however, the substance, the real reason why they called the strike, did you get a firm commitment, at least from the government side, that these concerns will be addressed?
Yes, we got a firm commitment. You see, the good thing is that when it comes to situations like this involving essential service providers or things to do with strike, the commission will set a compulsory arbitration, and force you, and the award is final. But this time they came and the two parties, agreed that, there's no need for compulsory arbitration. We are ready to go back and negotiate. We have identified the rough edges. So give us 4 weeks. You see, even for the 4 weeks they asked for, that is the adjournment to the 28th, was not an imposition or a decision of the commission. We only affirmed it. They asked that, no. Both sides spoke. And at the end of the day, we were able to discover what the rough edges are, and they have agreed to go and settle. And if parties want to negotiate, who are we to force them to compulsorily arbitrate on what they can settle? And that is what we want. It's the best one. So you see, when they go and negotiate, whatever comes out as the settlement or the decision is things that they own, they themselves. It was not imposed on them. So it's the best way for dispute resolution.
Mr. Tinkran, with the Nurses and Midwives Association, you are happy?
Good evening, my brother, and good evening to your listeners. Can we say we are happy? Well, we were compelled to take this course of action, and if we have to call off the strike because it has been injuncted, what can we do? We are law-abiding citizens. We can't do anything. We can't do anything otherwise but respect the orders of the court. So we can't defy the express directive of the court. So we went there as we were supposed to do, and we were told what we are supposed to do. So, well, we hope that things will be done in a way that the ordinary Ghanaian will not suffer for it.
Okay, so from what we understand, it's going to take 4 weeks for this to be resolved. Now, you sat in a meeting with the government side, and from what we heard from the NLC, they gave firm assurances that your concerns will be addressed. How much confidence do you have in the assurances you received today?
Well, time will tell. As far as we are concerned, they are the same people that we sat on the negotiating table with. If something changes for the better, why not we will embrace it and go back and do what we are supposed to do, or what we have trained to do best.
Tomorrow, your members are back at the hospitals, correct?
That is correct. We have sent express instructions to our members. They are very committed, and they are prepared to go back to the work.
They will not only go back to work tomorrow, but they will actually work.
Nurses and midwives, satisfied registered anesthetists, and physician assistants are very disciplined people. Once there is no any action being taken,
they will certainly do what is expected of them. They are professionals per excellence, and they will do what is needful. Each month.
Okay, so just a final one. I mean, when you talk to your people on the ground, at the leadership level you've met, you decided to go back. What is the vibe you're getting from your ordinary members, rank and file in the hospitals across the country?
They are very happy. They know that now they can. They have leaders who are prepared to sacrifice and fight for them, and they believe and they have confidence enough, and they think that we can press government for whatever demands that is due them.
You stated that your members may be happy with the decision that leadership is taking, but listening to you as a leader, you don't sound too happy.
Well, as I said earlier, time will tell. We hope that the employer will go strictly by the express orders of the Labour Commission. All of us are not happy. We came to this far. I mean, we shouldn't have gone, or we shouldn't have come to this far at all. Indeed, this was needless. We could have avoided it, but for the intransigent posturing of the employer.
We'll leave it here. Thank you so much for your time. That's David Tinkrang Chum. He's the General Secretary of the Nurses and Midwives Association. Also earlier we had the Executive Secretary of the NLC, Ofusu Samoa. Well, some health facilities are gradually being crippled following the strike of nurses and midwives. At the Kaneshi Polyclinic here in Accra, just empty wards and OPDs were seen, and as other nursing staff are rendered unproductive. Listen to a senior laboratory technician, Ebenezer Ayiku, at the polyclinic.
The workload has reduced drastically. We are only operating to about 5% of our full capacity as at now. Currently, if I should take you to our reception, the place is completely empty. Previously, or let's say last week, if you should come around this time, you'll see a whole lot of clients waiting. Some are waiting for their results, go back and see the clinicians. Monday, the whole day, we had only 6 cases. Yesterday, we had about 30 cases.
Now, in the northern region, a visit to the Kapsat Scientific Hospital, it shows all their beds are full to capacity and no space to accommodate more. The outpatient department was also full, and the health or hospital administrator, Constantine Weir, tells Joy News a patient died because they couldn't refer the person to a public facility.
The strike impact has started hitting because we just recorded a death case this morning. The woman came yesterday, was seen, and then asked to do an X-ray. She was rushed in this morning, and in the space of 20-30 minutes, the woman died. If the hospital was working, I'd refer her to it. But unfortunately, we couldn't refer, and we did what we could, but the woman still died. So currently, as we speak, the woman is still in the facility. The dead body is still in the facility. So the teaching was referred to the mortuary. We think that
well, we're also learning that some nurses, as a result of all the pain that has been caused in the last few days, are being attacked during the industrial action. Listen to the national president of the Association of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives, Perpetual Ofori-Ampofo.
At this juncture, we take opportunity to inform our employers, the Ministry of Health and its agencies, especially the directors of child institutions and managers of some Ghana Health Service facilities, to halt all forms of intimidation tactics towards our members. We will not tolerate any form of intimidation or victimization from either our employers, their agents, or representatives in any facility. We want them to note that an attack on any nurse, midwife, PA, or CRA at any facility anywhere in the country is an attack on the entire fraternity in Ghana. And that, if it comes to our notice, we shall deliver the appropriate response. Notice is hereby served that any facility manager who has taken any action against any nurse, midwife, PA, CRA, for the fact that they participated in our strike must reverse those actions immediately for the larger interests of all of us. What we are asking for is legitimate and long overdue, and therefore no one and nothing must stand in our way. In fact, we deserve even more than what we are asking for. The fact that even the employer and the National Labour Commission were attempting to incite the courts against us with regards to citing of contempt and subsequently arrest my good self and the leadership amounts to gross intimidation, which is pathetic, knowing that they had not served us properly.
And as the National President of the Association of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Perpetual Foriampofo.
And tonight, the Africa Center for Parliamentary Affairs is calling on Parliament's Privileges Committee to launch an official investigation into the alleged exchange of blows involving Takwa and Swayem MP George Mriku Duka. Now, Mr. Duka is reported to have fought with former presidential staffer Charles Bissiou, who is also the Western Regional Secretary of the NPP.
Well, this resulted in Mr. Duka having bruises on the hand, and Charles Bissiou having a swollen face. In fact, the hand of Duka, as we've seen in some of the videos in one of the events, is bandaged. I would call that bruises. For those who were in the meeting, it appeared that it was far more than that. A lot of teeth sinking in the flesh happened also. Now, the director of the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs, Dr. Rashid Draman, tells Joy News the incident is a shame, which brings the name of the House into disrepute. He wants leadership to take up the matter and deal with it.
First of all, the parliamentarian is a human being, so we have to look at it from that perspective. But, the expectation is that as a member of parliament, at least being the role model that all of them are supposed to be, the expectation is that there will always be a lot of restraint. I mean, from somebody who holds that title of a member of parliament. So from that point of view, I think that is quite unfortunate, and it's not befitting of a member of parliament to be involved in that.
Should parliament as an institution be interested? Parliament as a privileges committee and all. Should they take interest in this development?
Yes, parliament normally should take interest in all developments that involve one of their own, particularly when it is something that brings some level of shame to the institution. Because this one, I can't say without any doubt that it's shameful for a member of parliament to be involved in this. But the challenge we have is that over the years, we've seen situations where issues have gone to the privileges committee, and we haven't seen very much come out of the privileges committee, particularly when it comes to dealing with one of their own. Certainly Parliament should take an interest in this, but I doubt if at this point, anybody will be interested in such an issue.
What does that do to the image of the institution?
Joseph, what is happening is that I think we are seeing more and more of such things. If you remember, just a few weeks ago, Honorable Awa Kumsin, fired a gun and so on and so forth. There were a lot of calls about taking it to the privileges committee and so on. It's all, I think, within the context of the current campaign, the registration exercise at the time. Nothing really happened. The story is dead. Now we have this. We don't know what is going to happen, because as the political temperature rises, so would people's emotions and so on, and we are likely to see many more of such things. And it's a shame to the institution, I must say, but I don't know whether the leadership of Parliament will really look at it and act appropriately, so that we don't want to see many more of these, because after the Honorable Awakumsin incident, one was hoping that we are not going to see anything like this, at least within this short space of time. But here we are, and tomorrow you are likely to be faced with another one.
Well, I want to check myjoyonline.com. It's a top story there. Just log on to myjoyonline.com and check out the pictures. You see a picture of Mr. Charles Bisu's swollen face, and on the page you also see Mr. Duka's bandaged finger. Or we understand as a result of this major scuffle in a meeting where some NPP executives also were in attendance. My colleague Winston is in the studio with me. He's been working his sources on what exactly happened within the circles of the meeting. Winston, what do we know?
Well, so Evans, I just have with me now a statement issued by Charles Bisu, but my understanding is that at that particular meeting, an accusation was made or allegation was made against the party's regional secretary that he was supporting the independent candidate in the Takwan Swayam constituency. He was given a chance to respond, and according to my sources, well, he also accused the member of parliament for Takwan Swayam for advising him to engage in acts which were detrimental to the development of the country, which he didn't want to. At that point in time, he walked towards the member of parliament for Takwan Swayam and said, "As for you today, I'll beat you." That's one side of the story. But the statement that has been issued by Charles Bisu, and I'm reading that statement, it says that, and it's dated today, it says, in response to the outrageously, these are not my words, false allegations printed in today's edition of one of the newspapers titled NPP Regional Secretary Bites NPP MP Blood Flows, and the Daily Guide newspaper entitled NPP Gurus Trade Blues, as well as earlier news articles from other online portals. The report is a gross misrepresentation of what transpired at the party's meeting on Monday. I wish to assure all that I neither physically attacked nor bit the finger of the Member of Parliament for Takwa and Swayam, Honorable Merkuduka, as widely reported. I was not the aggressor in the situation, as it is not in my nature, as anyone who knows me could attest. And I am by this medium assuring all and sundry that I will rather resort to the structures in the NPP to resolve this matter amicably. Much as I would like to publicize my side of the unfortunate incident, I am guided by the fact that the NPP has an election to prosecute, and anything that distracts from telling the unparalleled achievements of this government would be a great disservice to the country and the party.
Okay, so he says he wasn't the aggressor.
No, he says he wasn't.
I mean, if you check the My Joy Online story, it has some pretty worrying pictures.
Pulling eyes.
I mean, look, Charles Bisu's face completely disfigured.
So he says he was attacked.
I mean, if you look at his right eye, it's completely closed. His half of his face is swollen, and there's a picture of him. All is on My Joy Online. A picture of him trying to open the left eye.
It's red.
It's bloody. I mean, the eye has it's pretty bloody.
He says he was not the aggressor. He was rather attacked by the Member of Parliament. The Member of Parliament says he was attacked by Bisu. Now, what I do know is that Bisu said his shirts were torn. Now, my checks indicate that the Lacoste, the polo shirt, the club shirt that you see him in, the
red one,
was not what he wore to the meeting.
Okay.
That's what my checks indicate. But that's as far as I know now. And he's come out to say he wasn't the aggressor. The Member of Parliament for Takwa says he was the aggressor. Bisu says he doesn't want to, publicize his side of the story because his party has elections to, prosecute, in his own words, and he thinks that anything other than, elections wouldn't inure to the party's benefit.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll see. I mean, this is still unfolding. I mean, at least one statement is out.
Yeah.
We'll see whether Joseph, you've been also working your sources around the Takwan Swayam MP, who was the other party in this whole. What have you learned?
So the position of the MP's camp is that he was acting in self-defense, insisting that this was a case of Mr. Bisu allegedly starting the whole fisticuffs, to the extent that the side of the story they tell is Mr. Duka was in his seat when the said meeting was ongoing, and the claim is that Charles moved from the opposite side of the room and approached where Mr. Duka's, Mr. Duka and the others were seated. And it's based on that from his camp, they are emphatic that this was an act in self-defense and that it was Mr. Charles Bisiu who started it all, even by moving first of all from his side of the room to where Mr. Duka was sitting. And the claim from his side is that the first person to lift a finger was Mr. Charles Bisiu, and Mr. Duka only responded, to the said attack that came from.
Goodness me! I mean, his response. I mean, that's not the case. I mean, there are two sides to this, right? I mean, so we're still waiting to see if the party itself will step in to sort of, resolve this matter. We know they're trying to treat it as an internal matter and resolve. We don't know of any police report that has been filed on the back of what has happened. I mean, but you should just go into my jawline, look at the pictures yourself, come to your own conclusion of what happened and who was the aggressor and who was not. I mean, I can't help you there. Emefa,
I can't see that.
you can't see that. I mean, let's do business now, and then George. After business, we'll share with you a lot of your messages coming through on our new WhatsApp line 055-11-997. George.
First, when I saw the pictures, I didn't believe it myself because Bisi was in the Prime Studios just this week. I mean, for an interview. So I was
did he have a bandage on his face?
No. He was looking all right, So I was like, maybe these are photoshopped. Then you realize that apparently it's true.
Yeah. I mean, it just tells you, even if it's self-defense, that the guy is...
I mean, could it have been done by human hands or something else?
The damage on Charles Bisiu's face is totally disfiguring. It seriously looks like a proper boxing ring bout. Goodness me. Forgive me. George, what do you have in the headlines?
Latest Bank of Ghana auction results signals that the city's stability could last a while longer than what has been projected. This is based on quotes that the Bank of Ghana is offering. We'll get you more details on that one. And Unilever highlights extra spending operational costs as immediate impacts to COVID-19 on its operations. The business news on Newsnight is brought to you by MTN Business. Welcome to the new world of business. Kingdom Books and Stationery, your number one-stop shop for all your office essentials. And First National Bank, we are the bank that understands your business. First National Bank, how can we help you?
Look at you, the big boss.
You know they here.
You know they fear who?
Until somebody says, I will tell your mother.
That's why we say wear a mask, or else
we will call your mother.
Hey, why are you disgracing me? Why your mask?
Wear it for her. Wear it for me everywhere you go. MTN. Visit wearit4.me to send a message to someone.
We give you nothing but the best. We stay above the rest. More quality, more affordability. Kingdom Books and Stationery. Everybody's going to the one and only shop where customer satisfaction is a guarantee. Kingdom Books and Stationery.
Oh yes, with our 30 days credit facility with no interest charge, free delivery services, and our free consultation on setting up your office, Kingdom Books and Stationery is unmatched in our delivery of quality and affordable office essentials, equipment, and furniture.
Experience world-class customer service in all our branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Cape Coast, and Takoradi.
Call us on 0302-764-101
or visit our website at www.kingdomgh.com.
Kingdom Books and Stationery, your number one-stop shop for all office essentials and stationery. Terms and conditions apply.
Puma Drinks, ready to add flavor to your life? Puma Drinks, bursting with so many flavors, you just can't have enough.
My buddy, why for just the watch when you can be wild proper? When you for scream, shout, and kata, put your body, get down, fire your body, catch views, drop the mic. Ghana, the time catch where we for change the way we watch. Welcome to Showmax and to Chow Online Entertainment from movies and series to sports like EPL and La Liga. Feely from Super Sport and more. You feel enjoy them on any device, anytime. Visit showmax.com today. Let's slack it.
We know it's important to create a productive and supportive working environment by investing in your employees' health. With a leading international track record, Apex Health Insurance is regulated and licensed by the National Health Insurance Authority to provide medical insurance services to institutional clients, families, and individuals. Apex Student Package and International Medical Solutions are all here to cushion you. Visit Apex Health Insurance Office at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shiashi, or call
0501 683 914
or 0232 000 015. In Kumasi, we are located opposite Prempeh College, Sofo Line, and in Takrady, Apex Health, your preferred health insurer.
My guy, it's been a while.
My guy, I'm looking for a safe place in Ghana where I can invest after losing all that money last year. I know you are the investigation minister.
Currently, if you're looking for a safe and dependable fund manager, then it's EDCO. They are the investment banking subsidiary of EcoBank Group, and their fixed income unit trust is the biggest collective investment scheme right here in Ghana. It has generated returns above the treasury bill rate since its inception. You can access your funds anytime without penalties.
Hey, really?
Yes. Access their services at any EcoBank branch. Call 0302-634165 or WhatsApp them on 0595-235065. Also, you can conveniently fund your account using mobile money on all networks, internet banking, or EcoBank mobile app, and many more.
Thank you, Akwesi. I'll call them right away.
Hey, not even a bye-bye. With EDC, financial independence is possible. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to Business on Newsnight. Now, the city's marginal stability may last a while longer than what some analysts have projected. Now, this is based on the latest codes offered by the Bank of Ghana and its dollar auction results. We have more in the following Business Desk report.
A careful look at the report shows that when it comes to quotes offered in the recent dollar auction, the central bank was prepared to offer 5 cedis 76 pesos for a dollar, which will be settled by the regulator in 75 days. For some analysts, this may signal that the Bank of Ghana doesn't see the Ghana cedis depreciating sharply from its current levels in the coming days. The local currency is currently trading at around 5 cedis 80 pesos. For some, based on the Bank of Ghana's numbers, there is the likelihood that the currency may even strengthen in the coming days. The local currency has been fairly stable for the past 8 months. This can be partly attributed to the Bank of Ghana's plan to be heavy on the market in terms of dollar supply and some developments on the global market. But for some, despite this stability, the real test will be in December as well as the first quarter of 2021, when businesses demand more dollars during these periods, which puts some sort of pressure on the Ghana cedi. The current development in terms of the city's marginal stability might be good for businesses when it comes to planning, and also go a long way to stabilize prices of goods and services and reduce the cost of living in the country. The auction results shows that banks and investors that participated in the offer were looking for $63 million. However, the Bank of Ghana was prepared to offer these businesses $25 million. The results indicate it has been a significant reduction in the bids that the Bank of Ghana had in the past declared as invalid.
And that was a Business Desk report. To other stories, manufacturing giant Emefa said the coronavirus has had negative impact on its profits and operations so far this year. Emefa has been on the recovery path after going through some challenges over last year. There are fears that this could slow the projected recovery. But speaking at the UK Chamber of Commerce virtual program on greening your business, the Emefa chief executive, Dr. George Owusu, says he sees some light at the end of the tunnel very soon.
In trying to secure our people and ourselves, yes, we have spent money that we had not projected at the beginning of the year in COVID. So we are spending a lot in nose masks, a lot in face shields, a lot in ensuring that on our plants people can work socially distanced, a lot in the canteen, making sure that as people go for their lunch breaks, they can socially distance as they eat. So we've had to do many things that is costing us money. But at the end, we come back to the theme of business, and business is about people. We get up in the morning, we come to work, we go home to sleep, and we come the following day. And what is this about? It's about people. And so, in this time of COVID, sprung on us as it was, we have to react and protect our people, believing that as we get to learn about COVID and live with COVID, we would be able to take care of ourselves in ways that are not as expensive as is today. As a business that is also into providing hygiene products, we also see it as our calling to make sure that in spite of the challenges of COVID, we set ourselves up to be able to produce so that we are able to give hygiene products to Ghanaians.
Chief Executive of Unilever Ghana, George Owusu Ansah. Now, telecom giant MTN has indicated that the recent bonus offered to customers cannot be declared as a tax absorption by the operator. MTN last week announced that it will offer 5% as bonus for every recharge on voice, data, and mobile money. According to the operator, this is part of strategies to offer some relief to its customers. However, the sum has attributed this as a 9% absorption of the tax. But speaking at a program to present scholarship to some needy students, Corporate Service Executive Samuel Cranting said this cannot be the situation. Has been given us more details as they offer the support to some bright students.
As a result of the reduction in the CST, we are offering a 5% bonus on recharge as well. That is on top of the reduction. What it is that after the CST reduction, which is as a result of the law that has been passed, as a goodwill to our subscribers, we're adding on a 5% bonus on every recharge of our 20th anniversary celebrations, where we made a commitment through the MTN Ghana Foundation to institute this Bright Scholarship Awards, the MTN Bright Scholarship Awards, where we're supporting 300 bright but needy students in tertiary institutions, cover the cost of their tuition, their accommodation, and we also give them a stipend for their books and other materials.
Corporate Services Executive at MTN Ghana, that is Samuel Cranting. Now, former UK Trade Secretary and World Trade Organization Director General contender Dr. Liam Fox says that he will push for a fair global trading system for Ghanaian businesses and others in Africa. Dr. Fox has been outlining his vision to join business from his base in Geneva, Switzerland, after he was shortlisted for the next state together with some candidates for the next top job.
They're quite right if they claim that the WTO has not done everything it should to ensure that there is market access. And over the past 10 years since the financial crisis, we've actually seen an increase in the number of barriers to trade that have been put up by the G20 countries. That makes it very difficult for developing countries to access the markets they need to be profitable over a decade. And when you think that the G20 countries, that any new Director General is going to have to do, I'm afraid, is to have some rather tricky conversations with G20 countries, because we need to begin the process of opening up markets with those biggest markets themselves.
Africa has been seen as a very interesting bloc. I mean, Africa is also putting across some candidates as well. Dr. Fox, I mean, why should somebody coming from Ghana be looking at you rather than somebody coming from Africa?
I think people should vote for the best candidate. I think it's the abilities of the candidate and the agenda of the candidate that matters, not the address. And I would hope that people would vote for the candidate that they thought would give the best leadership to the organization, bring the most experience and the right skill sets to the organization.
And that is the former UK Trade Secretary and World Trade Organization Director General contender Dr. Liam Fox speaking to Joy Business from his base in Geneva, Switzerland. He's competing with other top candidates like Amina Mohammed from Kenya and Dr. Ngozi Ngozi-Iweala, who is also the former finance minister in Nigeria. The WTO set the rules for global trade and actually advocates in other trade disputes between countries. And that's all for Business on Newsnight.
Thank you very much, George Riafi. There are loads and loads of your messages. The numbers again, Evans, are
05511119997.
Let's go through some of them. And this one says, in fact, the way our politicians are behaving is really unfortunate. This MP must be kicked out of Parliament. They are all, thinking of what to grab for their families. Where is Ghana heading to? Jojo in Cape Coast says, when the golden excavators are finished, fingers will suffice for a meal. And Parquet in Takrady says, let's embrace peace as the 7th December elections draw closer for Ghana to win.
And this one says Honorable Duka should have exercised the greatest restraint since for now we don't have a candidate yet for the December elections. The EC has not gazetted voters registered, so to speak. And again, the electoral body has not opened nominations for any aspirants to file to contest as parliamentary candidate in Takwa and Siam constituency. So where lies the disagreement between Bisu and Duka? This one says, for almost 2 months now, Takrade Beach Road had no water flowing. Please let us also enjoy the free water some.
And this one says, I have saved 450 Ghana cedis for the 9 months of free water. You were asking earlier,
good for you.
People to tell you, good for you. And this one from Bedu in Tai says, small towns water systems across the country have really had 25% of April bills paid up to date. 75% of April to date are still unpaid. And now government wants to extend to the end of the year. And more of the messages. Aaron from Keta says, we are happy that the strike action has been called off because it's not our joy seeing patients that need our services suffer. I guess she's a nurse or a midwife. That's from Aram. And okay, so we'll take the final one, Evans. This one says, from Peter and Adafo, what's the essence of free water to wash our hands as claimed if the water doesn't flow regularly? Even when it flows, it comes at midnight. I prefer to pay for my water to get full access. Let's do sports now. And Baba Tando joins us via Zoom all the way in London. Baba, what's in sports?
Hi, Emefa. New Diaspora and International Relations Manager for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Akosia Denta Amwating, has revealed the presence or her presence as a female on the management team is to challenge more females into football. Denta Amwating says her new role, despite being in football and being a lover of the game, is to make a statement to all females who love sports, especially football, to come into the game with regards to management and with confidence. She was speaking to our sister station in Kumasi in Shira FM.
You know, the way the world is going now, and in everything you need female attraction in there. And one of our goals is to make sure, say, me and Akuya, our role, we need to make sure that we deliver because we are the two only females on there. And so there is a lot of kind of pressure on us as well because you hardly see it. And to know, even making sure, say, we deliver and even deliver more. So that one, we can attract those women who support football to come and be part of it, and to showcase that football is for everyone. It's for kids, it's for women, it's for men, and it brings everybody together. And so we're going to be using our influence to make sure that diversity is brought onto them.
That was Akosia Denta Amwating, who is the new Diaspora and International Relations Manager for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Now, the Ghana Football Association says it had to make a strong case to convince government to ease restrictions on football activities. President Akufo-Addo announced that the Ghana Premier League and Division 1 leagues could kickstart on October 30 with fan attendance reduced to 25% of stadium capacity. Henry Asante-Chum speaks for the FA, and he outlines how his outfit convinced government.
Once there is football, the burden on society, is a bit relaxed because it is a product that the people love. There will be talk of House of Oak, there will be talk of Kotoko, there will be talk of Elmina Sharks, Aduana Stars, Dreams FC, among others, week in, week out. And economically, it spices up the system. So that is what we told government, and they bought into it. They saw the need to lift the ban. And then finally, we are going to, get our league back on and enjoy what we always enjoy.
On the foreign front, West Ham co-owner David Sullivan says he's getting more depressed by their lack of signings and insists he wants to avoid a civil war at the club. The Hammers have only signed midfielder Thomas Suchek during the summer transfer window and have started the season with defeats against Newcastle and Arsenal. The results and lack of new faces have angered fans, and Sullivan says the financial challenges brought on by COVID-19 are adding to the challenge. According to football website Transfermarkt, the club spent £91 million in 2018-2019 and recouped £13 million. In 2019-2020, they invested £108 million in new faces and recouped only £49 million. And this is becoming a big challenge for the club. And don't also forget that they are already facing some disruption after their coach David Moyes and 2 playing staff tested positive for COVID-19, meaning they must self-isolate and cannot attend training or the fixture against Wolverhampton Wanderers on September 27. And in the English Carabao Cup at the King Power Stadium, Leicester City and Arsenal are drawing goalless. It's 11 minutes into that game. There are other results. You can check them out on myjoyonline.com/sports. You are up to date in the world of sports. I'm Baba Tando.
Okay, so the balloting for the 1/8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz has just come to an end. There's one mouth-watering contest that everybody's looking forward to. It's Prempeh College versus St. Thomas Aquinas and Asanteman SHS. Oh my goodness.
This is we're all looking forward
That's
to
going to be lit. Maxwell Bagba is at the University of Ghana where the balloting just ended. Maxwell, I mean, social media is already going crazy over the balloting.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Yes, Evans. Well, many are describing the contest between Prempeh College and then your school, St. Thomas Aquinas and Asanteman, as the quarterfinals before the quarterfinals, after the 1/8 stage. And that's because Prempeh College has won the NSMQ 4 times. They've been striving hard to equal the number of times Priscilla Legon has won it. I've been speaking with some old boys of Prempeh College. They definitely do not want Aquinas to be an impediment to their next glory. Already, I've seen a flyer from Prempeh College, old students calling on all old boys to donate to what is going to be like motivation for the contestants to win the NSMQ trophy. Prempeh College, the last time we saw them on an NSMQ stage was at the quarterfinals of the 2019 competition, but they were sadly kicked out by Wesley Girls. Now, St. Thomas Aquinas, one-time winners, their day school, first day school to win the NSMQ. They did well in the regional qualification, and at the prelims, they are actually the second highest scoring school for the preliminary round of the 2020 competition. They had 65 points, in their contest. And that's why a lot of people are saying that, look, this is the contest to look out for at the 1/8 stage. The other contests also coming up. We have Accra Academy versus Asin State College versus Ifiakubi Ampim SHS. We also have Presec Legon versus Agri Memorial SHS, Shinyani SHS, Kumasi Academy versus Infancy School versus St. Mary's SHS. We also have Adisadel College versus Bishop Herman College versus Takwa SHS. There are a lot of interesting and watering contests, as we put it, coming up. You can check out our social media pages. You can get details of all of that, Evans.
Vim still there, Evans?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, this is going to be one of those. You see, we need to. If you want to win the contest, you have to be the best. I mean, so we have to be the best.
Prempeh.
Oh yes.
Oh, on record, you beat Prempeh.
You didn't hear what the man said. We are the best performing school in the prelims.
No, second, please.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I mean, we'll win.
Aquinas make like Manchester United.
Oh no, that's not true.
It's not true.
Yeah,
we'll be here.
We are like Bayern Munich.
We'll see how it goes. Remember that our coverage of the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz is brought to you by Joy News, your most credible news channel, and supported by Bright SHS Kukran Tumi, building dreams and shaping the future. DBS Colorlink Plus Roofing Sheet, Roofing Papa Passier, and Adonko Hand Sanitizers, and then, of course, Adonko Next Level Energy Drink, the premium energy drink. And that's how we wrap up tonight's edition of Newsnight. All of a sudden, your shoulders have dropped.
Oh no, I'm very excited about it.
You don't
because
sound
we need to clear our Prempeh, and people will know that this year we are the real deal.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll
be here. We wish you all the best.
Well, thank you very much for wishing me the best to win the entire competition.
I am Emefa.
My name is Evan Smith. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Strong and sassy. Up next with Enimwa Enimado.